If America knew the real Islam, they would kick all of them out of the West. If the West knew the true intentions of the Muslims that practice the religion of Islam, if they actually were to hear what the religion of Islam is all about, then maybe, just maybe, don't you think they would kick all of them out of the West? Why are so many Muslims coming from their country to Christian countries? And why are our leaders allowing them in? Why are our leaders giving them protections like saying, you can't criticize Muhammad, you can't criticize Islam, even though Islam is not shy about saying exactly what they really want, how they want to take over. You've got all of these imams that are preaching death, are preaching hate, and preaching terror. And yet the West wants to come up with these nonsensical bullcrap terms like Islamophobia, for goodness sake, to say that I have a irrational fear. No, I have a perfect irrational fear, thank you very much, to a religion that doesn't want me alive. And if you actually knew anything about the religion of Islam, you would know that it is a death cult. It doesn't want you or I to breathe. They want to take over. They have not been shy about it. In fact, they have been quite bold and quite brazen about it. And if you criticize the religion of Islam, if you criticize Muslims, they will come after you with a vengeance. For some reason, could it be that in their Quran, it talks about how if someone were to criticize you or say something wrong about you, then you must end their life? Or how about the Prophet Muhammad, right? What is it about the Prophet Muhammad that was a warlord and basically annihilated anyone that he came into contact with that he didn't like? Why am I saying all this? Well, there's this video that is going relatively viral, and I'm glad that it is, of an interview with Martin and Millicent Cedra. They were recently on Lila Rose's podcast, and this one little clip is going pretty gangbusters at the moment because this man grew up in Egypt, Islamic Egypt. And if America knew what the real Islam is about, you cannot be a Christian. You can't be. They want to make you Muslim. You can't be another religion because they think their religion is the one true religion. They hate Christians in the West. They cannot stand them. And you know what they're doing? They're biding their time. They're getting into politics and they're changing the laws. They're making it so it's going to be damn well impossible for Christians or anyone, for that fact, that practices anything outside of the religion of Islam. You'll be screwed. Mark my words. They're playing the long game. It's psychological warfare at the moment. This is part of their jihad, part of their Sharia. And by the way, Germany just gave it over to them by saying that Sharia stands. In a court case, a court of law ruled in favor of a Sharia law business deal. How about that? Our values are different to theirs. And when are we going to open our eyes and realize that? Or maybe we have, and many of us that have are being shut down. Have a watch of this.
I grew up in Egypt, a Muslim country where Christianity is a minority. And if you dare speak the name of Jesus, you will either die or your church will get bombed. Like in Egypt right now, Christians are getting killed all the time. Last week, there was a mother who went to the front of the church and found her 3 kids literally chopped up in pieces by the Muslim Brotherhood last week. This is all in Egypt.
In Egypt,
so this
in
is
a Christian
literally
church.
In a Christian church.
Yeah.
On Easter Sunday, you literally go to church and you know that, like, while in America, we go to church on Easter and it's production and even Christians don't even want to go to church on a Sunday. In Egypt, Christians know that my church can be bombed one Sunday and they still rock up to church. You're going to hear about, this happened to that guy, Palestine kids. You're never going to hear about the Christians that are getting persecuted all around the world. And we are the most persecuted people around the world. Christians are the most hated. We are the most persecuted. And it is mainly by Muslims. It is mainly by Muslims. And the reason, by the way, you don't get on the news is because Islamophobia. They're going to say, oh, you guys hate the Muslims. They don't talk about Islam like that. Islam is a religion of peace. The moment you see what real Islam is and what Muslims are doing to Christians around the world, you will kick every Muslim out of their mosque and say, do you believe that Christians should be killed? The reason they don't want to put it on the news, if they put it on the news, America will wake up and be like, we don't want Islam anymore. And that's why Islam now is coming in America saying we're a religion of peace. I'm like, brother, you are not a religion of peace. I know who you are. You know that friend that you have and you know their real face, but in front of people they act all nice, and you look at them, you're like, I know who you are. That's us. We came from Egypt. We grew up in Egypt. So he dehumanized the nation to be able to gas the Jews, kill them, whatever you want to do. And that's what. And when I think about it, I'm like, Hitler got this idea and his worldview from Muhammad, because Muhammad came before Hitler, and Muhammad 600 in the 6th century, he writes the Quran and he's a bit nicer than Hitler. Muhammad and Islam calls any person who's not a Muslim he calls us ape or pigs. So Hitler called the Jews rats. Muhammad calls Christians and anyone who's not a Muslim
Jews as well.
He calls us apes or pigs. So now when a Muslim looks at you as a Christian, they don't see a man. They don't see a woman. They see either an ape or a pig that must be killed.
A lot of Americans, people in the UK, even parts of Australia, people are starting to realize that Christianity is the most hated religion in the world right now, mostly by Muslims. The real Islam, and if a Muslim were to follow what the Quran says, the true Islam, then we're in a lot of trouble. Because over in other countries, persecution is crazy. Christians are being killed left, right, and center by Muslims because Christianity is hated. Interesting that they go, oh, but Jesus was a good prophet. He was a good man. We serve the same God as Christians. No, we don't. If we did serve the same God, why in the world are Muslims going around killing Christians? You know why? Because Muslims serve the devil. You know why you don't hear about this on the news? Is it doesn't fit the narrative, as Martin said. You've got Islamophobia. Oh, you hate Muslims. No, I hate Islam. Big difference. The Islam as the ideology is dangerous. And as a Christian, yes, you have every right to fear something that doesn't want you to exist. When are our leaders going to wake up and realize that? You know why our leaders? They're scared too. A lot of them have either been bought or they're scared. Police can't do anything. They've got their hands tied. You can't say anything negative about Muslims. And if you do, God help you. How crazy is that? Christianity is the most persecuted religion in the entire world. And yet you don't hear a peep from it. And you know what doesn't help either? Major commentators, big time commentators like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, running cover for Islam. Tucker saying there's nothing wrong with Islam. Sharia is good in Qatar and in Abu Dhabi. It's good. It's prime. You can walk down the street and feel safe. Ah, I see. Maybe go to Afghanistan. Maybe go to Iran. Maybe go to some other places and see how women are treated there. Oh, you call yourself a Christian, Tucker. Maybe go to Egypt. I think he has. Maybe go to Afghanistan, see how long he lasts there. But because you got a public face, no one's really going to touch you. But Christians in Africa, Yemen, Sudan, Syria, actual genocide going on in silence. It's wild. So, yeah, I agree with this man. I think a lot of people should wake up and realize it too, before it's too late. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.